To read לכל איש יש שם. Tali Idan. Cousin.
It's his uncle. Cousin.
לכל איש יש שם שנתן לו אלוהים ונתנו לו אביו ואמו. לכל איש יש שם שנתנו לו קומתו ואופן חיוכו ונתן לו העריק. לכל איש יש שם שנתנו לו הערים ונתנו לו כתליו. לכל איש יש שם שנתנו לו המזלות ונתנו לו שכניו. לכל איש יש שם שנתנו לו חטאיו ונתנה לו כמיהתו. לכל איש יש שם שנתנו לו שונאיו ונתנה לו אהבתו. לכל איש יש שם שנתנו לו חגיו ונתנה לו מלאכתו. לכל איש יש שם שנתנו לו תקופות השנה ונתן לו עברונו. לכל איש יש שם שנתן לו הים ונתן לו מותו.
Say a few words about her name, Yakira. We wanted our baby's first name to be a name of her own, something that she could fill out herself and something she could create her own legacy with. We chose Yakira, which means precious or dear, and she certainly is very precious to us already. But this name is also meaningful in thinking about the preciousness of life and the importance of every day, every action, and every person. We hope that Kira will learn from this part of her name and appreciate each and every day, each and every person around her, and take the best from each of them. That she will find the people around her to be as precious and as dear as we find her. That she will learn from each person and see each person's uniqueness, specialness, and importance. Yakira's middle name is Chana, or Hannah. She is named after my grandmother, my father's mother, Helen. My grandmother came to America as a young girl from Poland, and she, along with my grandfather, Papa Benny, were very connected to Israel and were very encouraging of my father and his sisters coming here. This is a quality that has clearly been passed down to her children and grandchildren, and I'm sure that she would be very proud that her first great-grandchild is a Sabra. This is especially meaningful to us today, I know much more. My grandmother is very patient with us as grandchildren. She was an expert knitter, and I remember that she tried to teach me to knit when I was very young. Each time we would visit her, I would pick up where I left off on my fledgling scarf. I don't think that I ever completed it, but something must have stuck with me because about 15 years later I picked up the needles again, and so far it's been working. And Mama Helen was very direct and straightforward. It reminded me of Yakira's other namesake, Chana from Sefer Shmuel. I always liked Chana as a character in Tanakh. She's very straightforward and honest, even when it's not necessarily appropriate. She is independent and she goes to great lengths to get what she wants, irrespective of her husband and others around her. She is true to herself foremost. She is described as Medaberet El Liba, speaking and praying to or in her heart. But she is also true to her word. Even if after she gets all that she's hoped for with the child, she sends him away because that was the deal and the promise that she made. Like Chana, my grandmother was very independent. She was a nurse and she worked with the elderly. My father describes how she was one of the only mothers who worked outside the home that he knew of when he was growing up. That she always still had time for them at home and to create a warm and positive environment. Kira, I hope that you embody the characteristics of these two women and embrace them as strong role models. That you will celebrate. That you will celebrate your independence and do what makes you happy, but they will also know how to come home, to be at peace at home with your family, friends, and community. We pray that you, like my grandmother and like Chana, will be true to your word, direct and honest, open and trusting of others. That you will embody the essence of your name as you recognize the good in others and endear yourself to those around you. We love you very much already and are so excited to experience the days, months, and years of the journey ahead.
Talia Saba, Yakira Saba, we'd like to say. Talia Saba.
Talia, Yoni, and Kira, the excitement of being grandparents is only multiplied by your being born in Jerusalem. Talia and Yoni, we are very proud how you live your lives, the communities you built both here and in Washington. Yakira Hana, you are first, very precious, as Talia described, and named after a strong and smart woman. All great traits to have. What goes around comes around. It's interesting to see that the three of you are living in the neighborhood we lived almost 30 years ago. It is our bracha to you and to Kira to be involved in Torah, Ma'asim Tovim, and involvement in the community like your parents, Kira. Be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Time to enjoy it. Mazal Tov.